Not every curse can be special grade. Of course, a guy like Sukuna rises above. However, is that really true? I mean, there's a reason why everybody bans Jogo, right? Which pretty much confirms that Sukuna isn't the strongest. Like, just look at this guy. Are we serious? But I almost forgot the most important question. Is the greatest of all time Jogo actually good? Like, subscribe, and let's find out. The first move in Jogo's kit is Flash Burn, a blockable grab that flashes towards the opponent and lets you extend. It's best used as mobility and combo extending, however keep in mind that it can now be cancelled. Although that nerf got added, he still has a pretty ridiculous air version, which slams the opponent and stuns for a pretty long time. It's a great variant and will probably get nerfed a whole lot. The next move in this Talking Volcanoes kit actually spawns a volcano. Shocking, right? It's a combo extending attack that also combo ends, doing 2 hits after the volcano is placed. But if you just throw it out like a fool, it doesn't do 2 hits, just 1. It's a guard break. However, keep in mind that there's a weird bug or maybe a nerf going around where if you just try to down slam into it quickly, the volcano will fling the opponent sideways, which unfortunately saves them from your combo. Anyways though, you can also combo off the little lava pools because alongside his 4th move, these pools actually stun. Yet if you really want to make this move worth your while, you should definitely combine it with the first move, the little air variant, down slam, and then bam, you got a nice little combo on your hands. But lastly, you can also use it on walls, so you can definitely do some creative combos. Pretty cool. Now moving on to the next brings us to Torch, the simplest attack that Jogo has. Why are the names so similar? But listen dude, it's a blockable combo ascending attack. You can down slam or side kick right into it. And another thing you can actually do is time your opponent's attack and pop this, because it teleports and also can't be cancelled. However, keep in mind that if you're too slow, the move doesn't stun for that long. Most of the time it'll be fine though, so get off your combos. Now as for the final move in Jogo's base, it's a long range guard breaking move that leads behind lava pools. If somebody gets caught by this, you can simply just use your first move to quickly get over there. And what I mean by caught is guard broken. The only real issue with the move is the fact that it's a single shot, or I guess I should say string beam, which sounds weird, but if you look at the move, it doesn't have the most width. It's not like a beam, which makes sense. You can throw this out, but remember, it's your only reliable guard break, so don't try to throw it out randomly. With that said, it's time for the base rating. Starting once again with combo potential, this man has 4 extenders, technically 5, based off the fact that his last move actually has lava pools. With an important tier like this, you really have to take into account how hard it can be to combo with said character. Is it hard? No, it's not. It's not even difficult to do. I mean, yes, he does have complex, little combos you can definitely do, but he also has something that's so simple that still gets the opponent either relatively low or just kills them outright. It's just good overall, right? I think Jogo deserves a 10 out of 10. Pretty good shit. Next up is once again a tier you've probably seen before. Or probably not, because you don't know who the fuck I am. Anyways though, good damage is something every single character needs in order to be reliable. Well, maybe that's not exactly true, but just like hitting a boss that's way out of your reach, you'll be wondering why exactly your opponent is still standing after 50 hits. Jogo has really good damage without M1s. Obviously, if I were to factor them in, it would be a no-brainer. However, the issue is he does the same M1 damage as most characters, and he doesn't actually have a way to buff his damage in general. If he did, he would be getting a much higher rating, but 8.5 out of 10 is also pretty good. Now, for the man's usability, Jogo has a mini volcano that combo extends, a ranged guard break, a grab that's pretty quick, either getting to or from the opponent, and he can also just cast if someone fucks up. I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10. I also like the fact that his first move stuns for a pretty long time. I mean, it's probably one of the best things you can use for team combat. Speaking of which, the next tier is team play. Just ban Jogo. Like, I know I complain about saying, oh man, I can't play these goddamn characters in ranked, man, because everybody bans them because they're all busted and brain dead. But if I'm playing twos, man, I don't want to see a single Jogo, even if I'm trying to record or anything. I don't want to see a single Jogo, man. Also, you can save teammates too, so keep that in mind. Jogo's pretty well rounded for team combat. Only thing it's really missing is like a buff or healing, and that's about it. Now, as for Jogo's neutral game, which is basically just free, he gets a 9 out of 10. I'm not even a good player at ABA, right? I'm not even trying to be good or anything. Like, I just play the game for fun sometimes and just to make videos, right? So when someone like myself, who's been playing this shit since they were a kid, is able to win more matches than they lose with Jogo, it says a lot about the skill requirement for the character. Speaking of which, let me ask you a question. Does Jogo's base actually require skill? No. Of course, with one nerf, he does need to be slightly more patient, but it doesn't matter. You can still destroy a lot of people, and he's just good. You know, for his base rating, he's going to be getting a 46.5 out of 50. Now it's about that time for the awakening, so let's get right into it. The first move in Jogo's Awakening actually is a combo extending attack that's blockable but allows you to pressure the opponent, and at the same time it actually places lava pools. You can also M1 and block while using this move, and on top of that you can actually move stack with it, so it's pretty goddamn good. Jogo's next move is a guard breaking multi-hit grab that does solid damage while also letting you combo in. However, you gotta remember, it doesn't have the best range in the world, so if you just try to throw this out like an idiot, it's not gonna work. The third move in Jogo's Awakening though is honestly my favorite. A pretty busted, unavoidable combo extending guard break. Yeah, that's a handful to say, but it's a pretty good move. But one issue I do want to highlight is the fact that, you know, if you happen to be fighting somebody who doesn't have the greatest Wi-Fi, or you're just a second too late, they can actually slightly move out of the attack, but most of the time it'll be good. Now finally, we got Jogo's Domain. I mean, if you just saw this greatness that decimated Sukuna, you'd probably glaze the glorious king. Actually, you know, that's a little too much. But listen, dude, this move is great. It's a domain. It can domain clash. It has a passive fire, you know, burning anybody in it. It spawns volcanoes, you know, when you use attacks, and most importantly, you can't get out. What's gonna be the rating? Let's go ahead and see. Wait a second, what's that? I forgot something. Dude, what do you mean I forgot something? Oh yeah, what's that? What's on the left side of the screen? Oh yeah, if you use that, it actually gives Jogo his ultimate. A meteor, as dangerous as always. The only real issue is that if you're in a 1v1 setting, your opponent will most likely be dead before you can truly get this off. But listen, if the bucket didn't kick, I know I said that wrong, they'll be wishing that they were 6 feet deep sooner. Of course though, you can also just miss this attack because certain characters can fly up to Jogo and hide on them, and of course the meteor itself can actually get stuck on Jogo, but that's probably fixed by now. I'm not too sure if they meant for that to be the case, but yeah, his ultimate, it's an ultimate. It's not the most perfect ultimate of all time, but it's still an ultimate. But let's get to the actual rating. Now to start with combo potential, I gotta go with the 10 out of 10. Previously, Jogo's mode was harder to combo with because he didn't actually have all these buffs, and the first move was actually a little harder to use simply because you couldn't just combo effortlessly. But now you can. Well, maybe not effortlessly, but you can still combo. And when you think about the combo itself, it just kills you instantly. It's fucking annoying. Nothing else needs to be said. Now on to the next, which is damage. Don't look at me. Well, that's not actually me, that's Jogo. Yeah, that's me. Anyways, 10 out of 10. Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna waste your time. Everything inside of this Awaken rating is gonna be a 10 out of 10, right? The only thing he can really struggle with is maybe comboing the same way as his base, you know, at least if we're talking about like how easy it might be to do, but it doesn't matter, right? Because if you land anything, you will probably kill your opponent, right? You really have to be very careful with Jogo in this mode. With that said, it leaves us with an Awaken rating of 50 out of 50. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Now, finally, we got the last 2 ratings inside the video. Well, technically 3 because, you know, but look, Jogo's, you know, his price is pretty fair in my opinion. Actually, is it fair? I don't think so, because when you really think about it, 3,200 gold, that is insanely cheap for a walking fucking nuke. So please enlighten me. Why exactly is there characters that cost over 10 times more than Jogo when, yeah, they're not that bad, but do they have this flashy shit and can they just win? I don't know, man. I don't think so. The real strongest curse is going to be getting a 9.5 out of 10 for price. And also, before I move on, I just wanted to add this person right here, man. You probably won't see this, right? But I just want to say, man, thank you for rematching, and also, like, thank you for not banning Jogo. Like, this is probably the first time I ever traded 4 stocks in the same setting with somebody. Like, I got 4 stock, then I 4 stock them. Like, dude, this guy is phenomenal, bro. So shout out to this player, you know what I'm saying? He's a great dude, and it's as simple as that, man. It was some fun matches, some great stuff. But listen, dude, I don't even know what the exact number is, but I played over like maybe 70 matches in total, right? with Jogo, or I shouldn't say with Jogo, but 70 matches in total, right? And every single time I wanted to play Jogo, he was banned, right? I think I got maybe like 28 matches with Jogo, which is pretty annoying. But it's just like, dude, please, ABA, stop adding brain dead characters so we can actually play them against other good competition. Or let's actually, you know, do this where there's a ranked game mode where you can't actually ban characters, right? So you can actually, you know, get footage against good players. But it is what it is. It's only something I struggle with. So it's like, I'm not saying don't ban Jogo, ban him. You know, the guy's pretty fucking insane. But now we're on to the last tier, or I guess the last little thing, which is design. And honestly, it's pretty solid, right? Jogo looks great. I don't really hate his skins, and I don't really mind his animations. And the attacks, you know, they look pretty good. 8.5. My only real complaint is the god-awful lighting. Like, listen, lava is lava, but this shit is just a little too bright, man. It just, in my opinion, right? Now, finally, should you actually buy Jogo? And what's going to be his overall rating? It's going to be 106 out of 110. His changes were really good, and honestly, he's a pretty good character. All you really have to do in his base is be a little bit more patient. And listen, the thing is, you don't even need to mow with Jogo, right? His base is already pretty good. It can carry you throughout the entire fight. And listen, once again, I'm not really that great at ABA. You know, I used to fiend on this game 24/7 when I was a kid, but those days are kind of over. You know, my record with Jogo is 21-7. You know, at least in ranked and casual, it's like 4-3. Rematch the same dude a lot. And private servers, it's crazy. It's like 29-5. So if you add up all that shit, it's gonna be a pretty crazy record in general. But yeah, my friend was complaining a lot about Jogo. So shout out to Zay for enduring a beating for this video. And the craziest part, right? I'm one of those weirdos who doesn't really go straight into the test stage and just like stop and rank sometimes to figure out a character. Honestly, I could have a better record, but who gives a fuck, right? However, I'll say this, right? Keep in mind that my competition wasn't the best, especially when people are leaving the second like the match doesn't go their way. Like, look, I've left a couple of times myself, right? Because Roblox keeps putting me in fucking high ping servers, and sometimes people play so fucking cheesy that it's not even worth it to waste your time. Like, there should never be a single ranked match that's over 5 minutes. If you're playing a ranked match and it's like 10 minutes long, your fucking opponent is cheesing or you're the one cheesing. Anyways, man, the next review is gonna be on Shadow Deal, which will probably come out like maybe next month around that time. With that being said, man, all I want to do is make good videos and just try to make like a decent channel in general. Yeah, if you enjoy what you see, make sure you like, subscribe. I'm SG. The goal is 1K subs by the end of the year, and hopefully we can hit that. And yeah, we're gonna try our hardest to get up there, man. But the channel been growing. That's all that matters. See y'all boys in the next one. Peace out.